And I was like, this isn't right.
By the time she figured it out, the money was already gone.
It's almost $19,000.
The scammers tricked her into 3 different wire transfers from both her personal and her business account.
This is hands down the most convincing scam I've ever seen. If you think you'd never fall for a scam, I need you to watch this video because this one is so real. Even a cybersecurity expert with almost 2 decades of experience, talking about me, almost fell for this scam too. A woman followed all the steps she thought would protect her money, but by the end of the call, nearly $19,000 was drained from her bank account. And she's been using the same bank since she was 12 years old. We're talking about over 30 years. And let's just say the bank's response, well, it's not what you would expect. And so now it's time for Sherlock Homie to come along to break down the clues. I'm going to tell you exactly which bank it was, whether or not she got her money back. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how this scam works step by step. Because once you understand it, you'll see just how easily it could happen to you. And if it does, there's a real chance your bank won't protect you either. The lady that we're talking about in the story, her name is Melanie, and she's a small business owner in Colorado. One morning she received a text message that was supposedly from her bank asking if she'd authorized a suspicious charge. This wasn't new to her. She'd gotten fraud alerts from her bank before, so she naturally replies, no. Minutes later, her phone rings, and it's someone from the bank's fraud department. They're professional, they're polite, they give her an employee ID number, they even have the same bank's hold music. The banker tells Melanie that her accounts have been compromised and they need to move her money to a new secure account to protect it because these scammers, I should say the hackers, are actively moving the money. And what happens next is almost unbelievable. So Melanie, thinking she's protecting her money, follows every instruction from the fraud department. She transfers nearly $19,000 across 3 different bank accounts into what she believes are brand new secure bank accounts set up by her bank. But then the call drops. And that's when reality sets in and it hits her. She redials, no answer. She tries again and again, nothing happens. And so she literally starts asking, where is my money? So she pulls out her phone, she logs back into her bank account. She sees the transactions are pending going out, but she realizes that she does not have access to this new secured bank account to see where the money actually went. Would you panic in this situation? I probably would. Let me know in the comments. By the way, this is a great time to like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that red bell so you're notified each week when I drop new content. So now Melanie is in full panic mode and she rushes to the nearest bank branch only 5 minutes after the call. But when she gets there, this is what they tell her. We can't help you right now because we don't have any appointments available until 1 p.m. I don't know about you, but if I just lost $19,000 and you telling me to wait for an appointment, y'all gonna have to call the police. Let me know in the comments. This is absolutely ridiculous. She just wired away $19,000 thinking she was saving her money and the bank told her to come back later. Now, here's the twist that you have been waiting for. The bank she trusted for nearly 30 years, the same one that just let $19,000 disappear on their watch, was none other than Wells Fargo. Surprise, surprise. Let me know, do you bank with Wells Fargo? Have you ever experienced something like this? And did they give you your money back? Curious to know. Let me know. Melanie did everything right after the scam. She filed a fraud report, contacted the bank immediately, and begged them to stop the transfers. And Wells Fargo, I bet you can guess what they said. They said, you're responsible for any wires that are authorized with your username and password. Wells Fargo admitted that she did let them know that she transferred the $19,000 at the direction of a scammer. But their official stance was wire transfers are immediate and uninsured. Once authorized, they are final. Now, Wells Fargo was able to recover just about $3,300 of Melanie's money, but that means that she's out $16,000. And then they decided to give a nice reminder that wire operations team does not directly contact customers. Surprise, surprise. This is what the FBI calls a phantom hacker scam. And it works because scammers are no longer trying to hack your devices. They are hacking your trust. They spoof real numbers and use the same fraud language as your bank, even down to mimicking the exact hold music that your typical bank would use. And while your heart is racing, they guide you step by step until you are one of the ones who wires everything away that you've worked so hard for. This is what we call social engineering at its finest. It's not about breaking into your account, it's about convincing you to open the doors and give your money away. Here's what I tell everyone that I care about, and I hope you take this seriously. Your bank will never call you and ask you to wire money. They'll never ask for passwords or even usernames, pins, or direct you to move funds to another account. If you get a call that feels urgent, hang up immediately and call the number on the back of your card. If you fall for this trick, the clock starts ticking immediately. You have about 72 hours or less to file a wire recall. I would also recommend reporting the crime to FBI's Internet Crime Center or IC3.gov. But even then, recovery isn't guaranteed. Just like Melanie, she acted quickly after wiring $19,000 and only was able to have about $3,300 recovered. And she lost so much money and trust. Now, I told you I almost fell for this scam. So if you want to see exactly how scammers operate on the live call where they called me, check this video out right here. See you later, cyber heroes. Peace.